Upgrading your door hardware is an easy way to upgrade the look and feel of your home. And we're going to jump back in time and I'm going to show you how to install this lever into your home with just one simple tool. So as we get ready to install this lock, I've already gone ahead and removed the existing lock just to make things a little more straightforward. You're going to want to collect the one tool that you're going to need to get this installed, as long as you're installing in a place where you've got a pre-mortised door and jamb. And that tool is a screwdriver. I am going to be using this WorkPro ratcheting screwdriver. If you have an electric screwdriver or an electric driver, that is going to work just as well. But I want to show that you can do this with just a simple hand tool, and it is quick and easy. So let's go take a look at the box and see what's in that and talk about what we've got. Okay, so we have everything out of the box. One of the things that I like to do when I'm installing door hardware is lay everything out. That way I know where everything is as I need it, and I get this step where I'm going to need that piece. One thing that you'll want to know is with these handles, you are going to need two screws that are pre-installed here and here. So I'm going to go ahead and take those out so I don't get to a step later and not have those. These are to secure the two sides of the handle set together. Once it's already installed in the door, it's going to be hard to take out if you've already installed it in the door and you're trying to get that second handle in. So go ahead and take these out as you are getting started. The first piece that we're going to install is the striker. That is this piece right here. This is going to install in the door first. Then we're going to install the striker plate on the door jamb itself. Then we're going to install the handle, and we're about done after that. It's pretty quick and easy. Okay, we are back at the door, and we are going to be installing the striker. That is this piece here. You're going to want to make sure that the slope side is pointed towards the jamb, otherwise the lock is not going to work right. And this is going to slot right in this hole. There's going to be two screws, one on the top, one on the bottom, and this is where that ratcheting screwdriver is a great asset, or an electric drill if you've got one. But the screwdriver will sit right in here. Just run that in quick. One screw on the top, one screw on the bottom, and these are two little screws that were in that plastic bag in that small hardware box. All right, so now we've got the plunger installed. That is going to be what secures the door when it strikes into the door jamb. The next step, we are going to install the actual handle. It's important to know what side of the lock that you're going to want the thumb bolt to lock or unlock the door. If this is either a privacy or an entry, for me, we're putting this on the inside of a storage room that we have, and the key is going to be on the outside of this door. So I'm going to have the thumb bolt on this side. The key is going to be on the outside. So I'm going to start with the keyed side. I'm going to slide that through. I'm just going to feed that through the hole. I'm going to get these screw holes lined up. Fidget with that a little bit there. You can see this part sticking through here. This is going to stick into the other handle. You're going to want to make sure that handles are sticking towards the inside of the door, otherwise the door is not going to open or close. If this doesn't slide all the way in, you just have to adjust the thumb latch until you get it lined up with that metal rod. And then those two screws that we took out earlier, those are going to go into these two holes here. I've got both of those ready right here to secure these handles together. It's probably going to be easiest to do this outside one first, and then this one on the inside. So I'm going to do that right quick. So now I have these screws tight. They are not wrenched on tight. They are just snug in that. And you can see that plunger works just as we would want it to. The last step that we have is to install the striker plate. So we're going to jump over to the jamb and do that. All right, so this is that striker plate. I've gone ahead and pulled back this white film so I don't have to deal with that later. Get that cleaned off of there. And that's just gonna sit right here in this jamb. Again, this is a pre-mortise door, so I don't have to worry about doing that. And we're gonna get this lined up about where the last striker was. And I'm gonna use the last 2 screws that came in that little bag. Set one in the top, drop that one. Set the other in the bottom. And again, snug these down. After this is installed, we're gonna do a quick test with the door just to make sure that everything lines out properly and that the door latches correctly. So again, we've got that snugged in there. That's not going anywhere. If you were installing this on an exterior door, you might want to buy some longer screws. Some 3-inch screws are gonna get this back into the framing behind the door. It's not just gonna be secured into the jamb. For me, this is an interior door, so this is just fine right here. Okay, so as you can see, this is not catching the striker. And as I look back in here, it looks like the striker plate is sitting higher than the striker. So I'm gonna have to unscrew this, lower it down, and then screw it back in, and that should work just fine. All right, I've made those few little adjustments, and now this locks just fine. Thumb knob twist so it's up and down, and then this handle is locked. Nobody's getting in from the outside, and you have a finished, installed, brand new lock. This is something that any homeowner can do if you've got a simple tool just like a screwdriver. I hope you guys give it a try.